Hey, how are you? How's everything going?
Yeah, really good. We're very excited that you're coming back here.
I know. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm planning a very big show, and I'm excited and honored that I get to play arenas in Australia.
Yeah, well, the last time you came, we saw some pretty spectacular costumes from you, and if this is going to be bigger and better, how are you going to fit it all in your luggage?
Well, I have lots of luggage.
But that's a fair amount of excess luggage, I imagine.
I guess so.
Now, when you were last here, we talked about whether we'd call you Lady or Gaga or Lady Gaga, and I've forgotten what it is. So,
well, my friends call me Gaga, so
right.
just call me Gaga.
Well, that's an honour to think that we may be considered on the same level as your friends. It was a
That's
situation where all the reviewers of the concert said that your show was actually better than the Pussycat Dolls who you were supporting. And I was curious as to whether that caused any tension or whether that was drawn to their attention.
You know, we never really talked about it, and it was something that only came to my attention in interviews when it was brought up. But, you know, just internally, the girls are so sweet, and we had such a wonderful time on the road, and I'm just very grateful to anyone that gave me an opportunity to travel and reach lots of my fans at once. Because of them, I now can come back and play the arena by myself. So I'm just very grateful.
Gaga, there has been some footage of you on YouTube playing at Glastonbury, getting off a motorbike, and there's some suggestion that there's some interesting thing going on in your crutch. Suggestions that you are hermaphrodite. I'm sure that you've seen that footage and heard those stories.
You know what? It's honestly just too lowbrow for me to even discuss, so...
Does that therefore clarify that you never posted anything on Twitter
or your blog
acknowledging this situation there?
I just don't. I've made fun of it before, but you know,
Right.
to even talk about it is just ridiculous. You know, I'm an accomplished musician, and I'd much rather talk about my fans and my music than a silly rumor.
It must be frustrating to you then that, you know, these sorts of things means that people don't want to talk about your music because you're now that kind of star. You're that big that people are interested in your personal life.
Well, you know, that's not really true. I mean, there's lots of things that I'm working on that are amazing and wonderful. I'm doing an art installation in Los Angeles, bringing pop art to the West Coast that has never, ever been shown in California or on the West Coast before. It's an exciting time. The
Sure.
MTV Awards are coming up. I've got 9 nominations. For me, there's much more important and exciting things to talk about.
Do you think people could see that there's a contradiction between you saying that you do high art and yet you produce pop music? Can you see a clash there?
No, there isn't. In society, we are taught that pop music is a lowbrow medium, and that's exactly the kind of mentality that I'm trying to combat with my performance art. I make pop music in tandem with performance art pieces that speak to fame culture and the art world in reference to young people and how this poisonous media affects everyone.
So, we just heard those beeps there, which means you've got to get on to your next interview.
Yes.
We just want to say very excited about the concerts, Gaga, and thank you very much for joining us in the interview.
Thank you, bye.